Good morning, everyone. It's been a long time, and I have finally gotten the opportunity to begin work on my new website. So I'm still working every day with GeneratePress and Generate Blocks and all the greatness from the GeneratePress family. And now I want to apply it to my own site, which right now is built actually not on anything. It's combination of Nunjux, which is a HTML templating language, in Node, I believe, JavaScript, whatever. It's got not SAS. See, I can't even remember. It's been a while since I've updated it, but I want to get it on WordPress because it's what I use all the time. And the first thing I had to do was explore what I wanted for design. And so I was going to talk through that a little bit and show. I don't have any final designs. They're more like suggestions as to what I want to do, because I'll fiddle with it and tweak it when I get it into GeneratePress. But anyway, so this is my little workspace in Affinity Design. I've been collecting a lot of things on Pinterest, and this is only a piece of it, but two things. I love the grid. I love the work of Massimo Vignelli, the Italian designer, who is, kind of infamously known for his dogmatic approach to design, and all his stuff kind of looks alike. He only uses like 8 different typefaces in all of his work. But I love it. The guy had reasons for everything. He was very orderly and precise, and he had intent. It wasn't just let's make it look good. He had this clear purpose in the back of his mind. As I've given this task, and here are the tools at my disposal to communicate, to make this piece beautiful. Anyway, like him or hate him, love him or hate him, whatever, I'm fascinated with him. I love his work and the simplicity of it, and it's a great place to dig in and he's a great designer to kind of pick apart. But I also love great 80s advertising. When I first got out of college, I was a junior art director at an ad agency, and one of the things I loved to do was to kern headlines. First of all, I love fonts. I love typography, and so a lot of the work I did was creating ads. And we'd have the copy from a copywriter, and we'd pour it into the ad template or whatever, or whether it be a new design or not. And then we'd have to craft it. And, we had the freedom to edit the type if necessary, but, always at the approval of the copywriter. But to make these great big headlines, and then make sure the line breaks were in the right place, and make the size just so, and kern that, the spacing between each letter, and just make it look great. So it was kind of fun to dig into something, to pay attention to that much detail. And again, I've always loved typography. So here are some things that I've kind of pulled that have kind of inspired me in the direction I wanted to go. I wanted to combine the order and the kind of highbrow design of Vignelli with the friendliness and humor that you get from advertising work. And some of that was inspired by my office, and let me take a drink of coffee and I'll get into that. So my office is dated, to say the least. And here's a wallpaper sample from my office. So this goes all around the border of the ceiling with this nice, lovely grass cloth. And there's another pattern that matches these colors that's yet different, that's at the bottom. And I have this nice wood paneling, or not paneling, sorry, the border, the not quarter round, the name is escaping me, but that runs around the length of around the ceiling as well. Sorry, it's early. So what I did was I wanted to kind of embrace this, and I don't know why. It just seemed like a starting point for some inspiration. So I wasn't going to go all crazy with patterns or anything, because I wanted simple. I wanted grid. But I thought, well, here's my color palette. So I can start with this. And these colors will be the basis for the color palette for my site. And for my new identity, or logo, whatever you want to call it, my branding. I don't have it here. I'll pull it up in just a second. But so I've been exploring some different fonts. Again, I love typography, and it's almost a handicap because there are so many fonts out there, and it was a little debilitating to try and pick just one or two. But this is one that I had purchased a license for about a year ago, maybe, and it's called Graycliff, and it's from Connery Fagan. I found it on Creative Market, and now he's on My Fonts and some other places too. I can't recall all the places, but he's I believe, a lesser known type designer, but I really dig a lot of his stuff. And this is one, I think it's one of the most popular. Of course, it's kind of Futura based. It's geometric, but it's soft. You know, it doesn't have any hard edges. It's got these nice rounded corners, and it's just friendly. And I loved the repetition of the circles. So you can see here, I've kind of highlighted. I guess even that E, or even the dots of the eyes, just to kind of make that stand out a little bit more. So I like that, nice and simple, and it's a word mark. I don't have any complicated symbol or anything like that, because it's not how I roll. I do love that stuff, especially the old Americana kind of design aesthetic that's been popular. But again, I wanted to kind of embrace that love I have for Massimo Vignelli and the work of the Pentagram Partners, and just the grid, the simplicity. But again, I want it to be friendly, and that's where this typeface came in, because it is more rounded, and you know, a taller X height. That's the you know, the height of the sorry, my video recording software is making my computer lag, so things aren't happening immediately when I draw them. So that X height is basically the height of a letter X, but you know, the height of the lowercase letters. So it's nice and big, and that can kind of help give this friendly appearance to letters too. But it's round, it's warm, it's soft. I like it, but it's, you know, sophisticated enough where, you know, it shows that I'm serious. I'm not playing. I know what I'm doing most of the time. So at first it was all Graycliff. That's what I was going to go with. Well, I played around with that and my grid and these colors, and I kind of accidentally stumbled across this. This is another very friendly, warm, soft, kind of doughy, bouncy font. Now this is Dolly by the Underwear Type Foundry, and let's see if I can jump over where I have these. So this is Graycliff, and this is on My Fonts, just so you can get kind of a feel. I even love his specimens that he creates. They range from kind of 80s to this, you know, kind of authoritative signage announcement kind of stuff. It's kind of elegant. But I found that the way I use it, it kind of looks like an old Mac OS interface. I like these kind of bolder forms, and again, the warmness. And I'm going to space mine out a little bit, I think. And here's Dolly. So Dolly's a book typeface. And again, you know, one of my favorite genres. I love all the old Garamandish, Caslon, Baskerville, Bedoni, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's just a beautiful block of text. I get so nerdy about that stuff. But the bold font, and I guess this is the best example of that right here. big, it has a nice chunky, warm 80s headline quality that I really dig. So this is kind of where it led me. So looking at sort of the top portions of these pages, and again, when I get this into GeneratePress, I'm probably going to change it up some still. There are no visuals really. I'll have my portfolio stuff that I'll show, and probably my little illustrated portrait of myself that I like so much, and I overuse it because I took the time to draw it. So what I thought I'd do is make each page a different color from this palette that I have. Remind you again, my whole wallpaper inspiration. So I've got, just to explain this color palette. So I've got this cream color that's pretty much from the fake grass cloth. And then this red, blue, and green, and then these highlights that kind of go with them. And I might change those up too. That green's a little bright, or maybe the blue's a little too dull. To kind of go with this little pop of color where this border is. May keep it, may not, I don't know. And for the most part, the text will all be gray cliff, except for these great big fat titles, my headline, so to speak. But I don't know, I also tinkered some with using Dolly as text with gray cliff, which does work, but I don't know, it's a little too, I'm not sure of the word, a little too highbrow maybe for what I'm going for. I want to look serious and I want to look competent, but the thing I've observed with most of my clients, and I'm in Mississippi, so most of my clients are local, is many are intimidated. They have no idea what they're getting into when they say they need a website. So I want to be friendly, and that's what I try to be, to make them feel comfortable. I want them to trust me and know that I'm not going to take advantage of them or charge them an arm and a leg and not do them right. So this kind of gave the feel I was going for, I think, so far. I've actually sat with this for a few days to make sure that I do like it. And up here you can see where I've tried some different headlines with "Welcome, weary web traveler." But I kind of like the simple, blunt statement, just, hey, I make websites. I don't know, it's direct. I'm a friendly, small, plain-spoken web design studio in Brandon, Mississippi. That's it. I want to help you. I also played with some visuals like these, just simple geometrics. I should have pulled some examples, but the old Penguin book covers from, I guess they're from the 70s and 80s, where you get this great kind of grotesque, I mean that as far as font families, Helvetica-ish font that has the title and the author and things like that. But then you have this nice, beneath it in kind of this square, you have a kind of a cool geometric design with some colors. And here's my little portraits I'm so proud of. I don't draw that much, and so when I did this, I was like, I've got to use that everywhere. And again, I've just kind of blocked in things. This is not how it's going to look necessarily, but you can see how the colors play out. So the blue, the red, the green. Now for my portfolio, we'll probably just go to straight white, maybe black, I don't know, so that the images really pop. And then the contact page will have this cream color that's a grass cloth color. May or may not do a Google map, I don't know. So again, just this is kind of the direction. Now it's time to take all this stuff and move it over into WordPress and set up my my local development installation on Laragon, just like I do all my other stuff, and see where it goes. Kind of block it all in again and play with it, move things around. And I'm going to build a custom post type for my portfolio, and I thought I'd do everything I could to use the tools that GeneratePress has now, the dynamic post tools, and even WordPress has now, and try not to have to code anything to output my portfolio samples the way that I want to. I thought that would kind of be my challenge. I have no idea if it can be done. I haven't played with it enough. I think I've done one custom blog layout for a client with it, and I liked it. It was pretty darned easy. Yeah, I think that's it. Here's an early look. I thought that was nice. I know a lot of people probably think this is boring as can be, and I get that. And again, I'm hoping when I get this in WordPress, it's, you know, some other things are going to come to me to make it more interesting. But this is what eventually led to this. You know, that's kind of the simple, bold statement I'm going for. Then we got to do a footer, of course. That'll play into it. Come on, Affinity Designer. Oh, and this was, I'm probably going to do a sign on my door. I'm in Suite 204 of my building. And I don't know, I want to do it. There's a, you know, I have a pane glass door, and I want to make this one of these colors and just make it the exact size of one of those window panes. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, gosh, 15 panes. But do it, you know, the size of one of them, and just stick it in there. Because I have no signage really. I think I've got a sticker on my door that I got from moo.com, but it's tiny. But again, you know, this is the office of Addison All Design. He makes websites. Boom. Again, that kind of stupid, simple, unintimidating. Yeah, here's what I do. You know, I don't know. May not work. May not be the best thing. Hey, share some comments with me. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and move into WordPress and keep going with that process. I look forward to sharing it with everyone. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video. I got busy. What can I say? Again, I'd love to do this more often. You know, like, subscribe, all the stuff the YouTubers say, whatever. And I'm going to keep trying to post things more often. Keep this bad boy going. So thanks again.